Hello everybody, thanks for watching Project Volunteer. Theresa, today we're at Hermitage Nursing Home and we cannot wait to get our hands dirty. Like we always say, we're actually going to get them dirty today.
I doubt you'll get your hands dirty, but I will, because I'm going to be planting some flowers, and that makes me happy.
I also understand there's a church coming here to do a service, do a short service with music and a devotional, and I'm just looking forward to it. How about you?
I am, and I can't wait to listen to the stories.
I know, it's going to be a great day. Thank you all for watching.
Have you ever wondered what nonprofit organizations do, or about all their different volunteering opportunities?
Or what about hearing testimonies from the recipients of their care?
Join us on our journey as we walk in the shoes of a volunteer for a day and find out about some amazing organizations that are literally changing the world.
And along the way, meet some true surprising heroes making a difference in the lives of others as we feature another Project Volunteer.
Good deal. Okay, Marla, tell me about Faithful Friends Kentucky and why you started it.
Okay, so my husband and I were pretty much unaware of life inside a nursing home until my mother-in-law went into one in 2018. And as we would go to visit her, we noticed other residents that were just sitting around, lonely, didn't have anybody to talk to, and they saw that we were coming pretty regularly, and they were excited and would try to get our attention and wanted to talk. And so we would start talking to other residents too, and it wasn't long before we had a big group of residents around us in the lobby every week when we would go, or we'd go to the dining room with them and hang out. And so we realized there was a need there, and we started researching and learning. We didn't know that 60 to 80% of nursing home residents never receive a visitor.
Wow, that's a big percentage.
It is a big percentage. And so we went to our church and said, we need some help. We can't do this by ourselves. And they were gracious enough to kind of add us to the ministry list, and we had a little bit of a budget, and we're able to count that as part of our outreach of our church. So we adopted the facility where my mother-in-law lived because it was easier to target resources to one facility. And during the pandemic, we continued to serve them from the outside, but we were getting calls asking if we could go to other facilities and help other facilities, and we just, as one group, we just couldn't do that. And so we went through the process of starting a nonprofit and filling out all the paperwork and waiting on the government, and so got all that done and ready. So really our goal is to help other churches, other individuals take what we've done and do it somewhere else, be able to adopt a nursing home, or even if it's just a resident or a group of residents, and just love on them, serve them, visit them, and just be a friend.
So as far as volunteers, like when you gather volunteers so other people can also do this and you can help them out with that, right?
Absolutely. So we have lots of resources on our website. I'm also happy to go and with you the first time you go. I'm happy to walk you through what volunteering looks like, but we do have training resources on our website and printouts and lots of different things like that, because we want to make it as easy as possible, because honestly it is a little hard to walk into a nursing home. Sometimes it is intimidating, and so we want to take away any of the unknowns and make that easy for people.
What are some tips and suggestions? Let's say someone's watching today and they're like, well, I can do that. Is kids also welcome to come with them?
Yeah, kids are welcome.
Okay.
So if you're watching and you're in another state or another area, the easiest way to start is to just call the activities director at a nursing home and just say, hey, I'd like to come volunteer. Do you have any lonely residents, or could I come help you with an activity or a game or something like that? Could I donate items even? And are there things you need? And they'll be quick to let you know what they need. And so that's an easy way that anybody can jump in. But you know, if you're in our area, we're happy to make connections for you, connect you to facilities, and let you know kind of how to get started and the easiest way to get that going.
Okay, so do you have an inspirational story? I'm sure you've met a lot of people.
I do. So it was Easter Sunday, year before last, and we were actually blessed to be able to do Easter church on Easter in a nursing home, and we had incorporated some various faith traditions into our church service that day, and one because we had some different backgrounds, and they had requested that we read through the Stations of the Cross. And so I had printed those off and reading through them, and we were done with the service, and they still had their copies, and there was a gentleman, he's real quiet, and he had asked me to come over, and I came over to him, and he asked me to read for him because the print was kind of small, and so I was reading some more for him. And I'm reading, and he's crying, and I see these tears come down his face, and I said, why are you crying? And I'm thinking he's moved by the Easter story, you know, and he says, I'm crying because of you. I'm crying because you come here every week.
Oh.
It was so important for him to just have somebody come and just show up. And that's really all you have to do is be a friend, because it doesn't take any special talent. It doesn't take any special skills or abilities. That's why our motto is be a friend. Just be a friend to one and just show up. That's all you gotta do.
Thank you so much.
Are you enjoying planting the flowers?
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it with Megan.
So Bernadette, what are we doing today?
We're going to plant flowers.
All right,
Best way to do it is just like this.
okay.
You can use a shovel and make a hole.
All right. Do I take this out of the pot?
I would.
Okay. So you're not afraid to get your hands dirty, are you?
No.
Okay.
Put
So
that
where do I
right.
put it? Right here?
Yep.
Okay.
And then we'll cover it up.
All right.
It needs water.
Yeah, it does. So there's a lot of volunteers out here helping, right?
Right.
So,
We need volunteers to help us out, do different things.
yeah. So what are some things that the volunteers do when they come out here?
Always come outside, plant a lot of flowers, and we even got there that big tree, and we were guessing how big around it was. I said 25 feet, and I came the closest.
Sounds like you've got some knowledge. You're an idea person too.
I used to be a campfire girl.
Oh, did you at the Girl Scout camp? Did you really?
Yeah.
I was out there when I was little.
I started out being a bluebird,
Yes.
and then the older I got, then I was a campfire girl.
Okay.
And we did all this. We would plant trees, stuff like that, and we have volunteers come with us.
The Girl Scouts did a lot of volunteering. I remember that. My sister was very involved with the Kentuckiana Girl Scout Council, and so we went out to the camp. I wasn't big on the bugs and things like that. So as far as-
Spiders.
oh yeah, and the spiders and snakes. So today you're planting these flowers with the different volunteers that are here, and they also have like church services.
We just had a
different
church
churches
service,
that
sang
came
some
in.
good songs. When the Roll is Called Up Yonder is my favorite song,
And why is it your favorite song?
because I know when I go where I'm going to heaven,
Amen.
and I'm going to see all my family again.
You had an idea about fishing here, that volunteers should come in, and what was your idea?
They got an open area back there. Could dig it out, put
Yes.
catfish in there, bluegill, whatever everybody likes, and go fishing every day
Hey,
you
I
want
think
to.
that's a great idea.
And you'd have to have room for wheelchairs
Yeah,
to get around
true.
there, and that's not a problem. Everybody knows how to do that. Volunteers
Sure.
do. Fix it up, and that would be great. Go fishing every day if you want to. Best time to fish is right after a storm. Those fish will jump up in the air trying to get that hook. They love it.
What's your favorite fish to catch?
Catfish.
Catfish? Now, I was going to tell you, you guys could take a field trip out to our farm.
That would be
If you
great.
take field trips and you
Sure.
can do some fishing, you can put the wheelchairs right up around the edge of the lake and
That'd
fish.
be
So
great.
you'll have to, it sounds like you're an in-charge person with a lot of ideas. So you need to talk to the main person here and get that idea rolling. I think that
Megan.
would be a lot of fun.
I talked to Megan
Okay, we're going to talk to Megan about that.
and Matt.
And we need some volunteers out there to help with the fishing. That's a great idea. Great idea. Well, I appreciate you talking to me today, and we planted some pretty flowers. We may need to stick it down maybe. And it, like you said, it needs some water.
Yeah.
So
I hope I didn't talk too much.
you did not talk too much. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Shannon.
Yes.
Hermitage.
Hermitage.
We're out here at Hermitage today. And your church, one of the things, now you all do a lot of things at your church.
We do.
But one of your missions, your outreach missions, is coming here doing music, Bible study, and doing activities as we're seeing in the background right now.
Yes.
Right? Can tell us about that.
We started this a couple months ago. We had come to a nursing home with our youth, and just the impact that I could tell that made, not only on the kids, but on the residents. It kind of struck a chord with us, and when Marla called and offered us the opportunity to come to the Hermitage and be able to come on a consistent basis, we jumped right on it. We come in and they're usually doing bingo when we come in, and we kind of sit down and help and play bingo along with them. We have a great group of volunteers that come, and just like you said, we sing, we lead devotion, we get to know the residents and talk with them. So
I think that's one of the important things you said, being consistent.
Yeah.
Now don't get me wrong, anybody out there watching, like visiting a nursing home one time and bringing music or
Yes.
bringing joy is fantastic.
Yes.
But don't you agree it is better when you consistently do it, you get to know the residents, you become friends with them,
Yeah.
and then that, I feel like that makes a big difference. Do you?
It does. We can't forget the impact that they can make on us. I mean, these residents have lived such flourishing lives. To be able to come and to sit and listen to them as well, it's amazing. So.
Amen, sister.
Yeah.
I don't think people don't realize. I'm so glad you brought that up, because we are always thinking, hey, let's go and bless somebody else.
Yeah.
And then we get in there and we leave like, okay, I've been blessed.
Wow, yeah.
More.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
we're kind of being selfish a little bit,
We
right?
are. I mean, God, time is more valuable than money. And when you can give up your time to come and just sit and listen to somebody for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, it's amazing what he can do with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much. The last question I have for you. Maybe there's another church group out there. Maybe there's a group, a family, individual, somebody out there looking to volunteer in a nursing home setting. What kind of encouragement would you give them?
I would say definitely do it. If it's something that God has laid on your heart, there is a reason for that. I would say go and seek out a nursing home, because there is a multitude of people in there just sitting and ready, waiting for somebody to talk to most of the time.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Hey Nancy, what would you like to tell all the volunteers? Give them a message.
Give them this. Come see us.
Why did you start volunteering, and when did you start volunteering?
Well, I retired in 2021, and I wanted to be involved in helping with the elderly, because I always had a passion in my heart for elderly people.
Mm-hmm.
When my mom was in a nursing home, I got to know a lot of people like that. Yeah. And during COVID, that was that, and they wouldn't let me volunteer anywhere. Nobody wanted me to have me.
Oh.
And I read an article in the paper about Faithful Friends, that Todd and Marla Carter, that organization they have, and I thought this fits me real well, and so I contacted Todd and Marla, and they agreed to let me come and volunteer, and it's just been a real good fit for me, because we help.
Wow.
The church service. I got to make a lot of friends here at Twin Rivers.
You belong to churches at one time, don't you?
Yeah, that's right.
So do you normally play games when you come here?
Well, normally I'm involved in Sunday.
We have Sunday school, and they are very good.
What do you like about when the volunteers, someone like Dan comes in here and sings, and Marla comes in? What do you like about the volunteers?
Well, I was unfortunate enough to be able to be in a choir for 40 years at First Baptist Church in Owensboro.
Yes.
And then I fell, and when they did the surgery, I had injured my spinal cord. And when they did the surgery, they messed up my voice, my vocal cords. So I can't sing on tune anymore. I can't either. Sometimes I try to sing alto or bass.
Well, I think I call her my assistant song leader, because
I'm assistant
yes,
because I know a lot of songs.
she does know a lot of songs.
For volunteers to come, it would be so great, because they could visit people that don't have family. Like me, I've only got my sister-in-law, but she don't come very often.
Oh,
and it would be good to have volunteers to come by visit.
Everyone needs a friend, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone does.
The greatest friend is him up there.
Yes.
It is a wonderful opportunity for someone who has a heart. I think the Lord gives people gifts and passions, and if someone feels like that they would like to visit with someone at the nursing home, that you can't ask for nicer people than Nancy and Lisa here to just spend some time with. And I think it makes the Volunteers Day too when you come and you sense that you're in that sweet spot where the Lord wants you to minister to people and volunteer. And but I'm real thankful that the Lord's put me in this place right now to do what I'm doing.
What would you say to a possible volunteer? Somebody might want to come down here and volunteer. What would you tell them?
Yeah, have a good time. It's good people here, from management to patients. And the money's not good though.
What would you tell them, volunteer? Why should they come down here and volunteer?
There are a lot of people here that don't get people to visit. I'm one of them. I don't get a lot of people to visit. And it's wonderful to have someone to come in and just spend a few minutes with you.
Absolutely. So Joyce, so first of all, thank you for allowing us to come in your room and hang out and talk with you for a little bit.
Hey, no problem. I wasn't going to watch Forrest Gump today, so.
Oh yeah, hey, that's a good movie though, right? No. Forrest Gump? Oh, come on, that's pretty good. It's a classic.
Yeah, I guess it's a classic, but I watched it so much when I was young.
Yeah. I understand.
I'm good now.
So I'll tell you what we want to do, and Marla, thank you here for joining us. And you've been telling me a little bit about Faithful Friends Kentucky, your ministry, and part of what you do is just go into rooms like we're in right now and just visit with people. So you all tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't have to come in with a big group. If you're just your family wanted to come in, or just you by yourself, it'd be really easy to just contact the activities director and just say, hey, are there some lonely residents that could use a visitor, or could I come hang out and play games like we did earlier? Who can I come visit? It's really easy. It's just about like I said earlier, just showing up, right, and just being a friend, because it's your time that's more valuable than anything. And it's nice when residents can't come to Sunday school that we do on Sunday afternoons to be able to come back to their room like this and chat and visit, because there's a lot of residents that can't get out of their room. And I think it's good for us to talk to Joyce, because Joyce is a good example of how not everybody in a nursing home is elderly. And I didn't know that. I don't think a lot of people know that. That was new to me. There are a lot of residents in this facility, I think more than maybe in others, that are not what you would consider elderly, and are here because of just disabilities, and there's nowhere else for them to go.
Regardless, everybody needs a friend.
Absolutely.
Like you said, when some people are in these situations, and they, especially the ones that can't get out of their room, I mean, it's nice just to have a visit from somebody that their only agenda is just to come and hang out with you, talk with you, watch a movie with you, watch Forrest Gump with you, right? Or read a book, or just simply to talk. I noticed as soon as we walked in here, you all started your conversation, and how good that must have felt just to be able to share good news with somebody else. So I heard one of the residents talk earlier too about there was some kids that drew some cards. I don't know if it was maybe Christmas cards or birthday cards, and some of the residents got that, and they said how much joy it brought them even to get a card. So people out there, again, I just want to make sure that people are watching don't think, well, I got to come in with my church group, I got to come in with this group, I got to do this. As a family, so me and my family, my wife and my girls could draw some cards and send them to the nursing homes.
Absolutely.
We could get one of my daughter's schools involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Maybe, and do some letters, or do some visits, or come do activities, right?
Yeah, we've had that. We've had some teachers contact us and say, how could we send some cards, and we get them hooked up. Really, they wouldn't have to go through us even. They just call any nursing home of your choice and say, hey, we want to send some cards. It's really easy, because you don't even have to have names of residents. a lot of times we did Easter cards, and we addressed them to a resident or to a friend or whatever, and then sign your name, because you don't have to even have a listed names. And believe me, it still makes a big difference, because a lot of people don't get personal mail. You probably get more maybe than others, but a lot of people don't have any family, so they don't ever get any personal mail. So that's that's special to get something that's somebody took the time to think of, to write or create or make for you, and put it in the mail just for you.
Yep. So through the years that you've been here, regardless if it's Marla and one of her team or any volunteer at all, how have they impacted your life?
Friends that I'll always be friends with. That's been the biggest thing, I think.
I could tell when we walked in this room earlier, you and Marla clicked right away. So y'all have been friends, right?
Yep, and in fact, I don't know if he ever contacted you, but we have an occupational therapist that's an assistant. He does his own, he's like a preacher, and I've told him about what Marla does.
Yeah.
And he lives in Evansville, and they don't have anything like that.
I think that's great. So here you are with your knowledge of Faithful Friends, telling another church, a member of a church, saying, hey, this group's coming over here doing this. Why don't you all start something like that in your city? I think that's brilliant. Yeah. So you're able to, through this organization, know what they're doing and spread it to other people in other cities. Well, I want to thank you both so much for your time. Thanks for letting us invade your room. You got a beautiful room and a beautiful smile and a beautiful personality.
Thank you.
So thanks for your time, and thank you, Marla, for your service. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
All right, tell it. What's the dog's name?
This is Gidget. She and her brother comes every Friday to provide therapy, love, sunshine to all the residents. It's emotionally and mentally and physically healing for them, and they love it. Gidge, say hi. You shake? She's like, I'm out here enjoying the sunshine. I don't want to do much.
All right, you ladies and gentlemen are planting some beautiful flowers today, so tell me what you're doing here today.
Yes, hi. We are here planting some flowers with some lovely family friends and new friends, actually, in the community, and we're just loving on them and sharing time with them and living life with them. So yeah, absolutely.
Girls, do you want to say what you're doing out here today, and if you like planting flowers?
I like planting flowers, and basically what we are doing is helping these people.
Yeah, that's good. How does it feel to volunteer?
It feels very good. I would like to help them plant these beautiful flowers because they're so beautiful.
They are pretty. Flowers make you happy, don't they? That is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
We enjoy that.
Yeah, so tell us what you're doing here today.
Well, I live here in the facility, and I've been here 3 years.
Okay.
So the church came to sing and give us a service this morning, which was absolutely wonderful.
Yes.
And now we're going to beautify the nursing home by putting out all these flowers.
They are pretty.
Thank you.
All right, tell me about you. What are you doing today?
I'm Michael. I am helping Sally.
Okay.
She don't want me to chop the tops off of them. I told her they'd get water better.
That's right. That's right.
Keep saying we need to put them in the plant down in the soil, and I'm trying to tell him, no, that's not right.
Yeah, I always wondered about that. I'm not great with flowers. I love flowers to look at them outdoors, but I'm not sure, do you plant them up or do you plant them lower?
Yeah, you want your roots in the bottom.
If you get them down like that, in there like that, then all you can do is just chop the tops off.
Chop them.
You want your roots in the bottom.
Okay, okay. All right, well, I'm going to go around and visit with everyone else. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye, girls.
Bye.
I must tell Jesus, I must tell Jesus, I cannot bear my burdens alone. I must tell Jesus, I must tell Jesus, Jesus will help me.
Well, Miss June, I am so happy I get to see you today. I've been blessed so far. Let me ask you, what about volunteers that come in? Even maybe not just necessarily doing a service, but other volunteers that come in. What do you think about that? How do they inspire you?
We have, sometimes kids will come and play music.
I bet that's good.
Now, I appreciate that too. You see, I love music, and I, many years, tried to learn to play the piano.
Miss June, I'm so glad I got to see you today.
Thank you. I'm so happy y'all came. It's always such a blessing to me.
Yeah, but thank you so much for being able to talk to me
I'm thankful too.
And I think we're getting ready to go do some other things. So
well, great.
Looking forward to that.
Well, thank you all. I appreciate your coming so much, and thank you, Wayne. Thank you for saying something to me, because now I might not have recognized it.
Well, I'm happy I got to see you.
I wouldn't want to do that, fail to do that, see?
Yeah.
So thank you.
All right.
Thanks everybody so much for watching Project Volunteer. Theresa, Faithful Friends Kentucky, Marla, thank you for having us here, and we've just really enjoyed learning about this great ministry. What do you think?
Everyone should volunteer and come to a nursing home and be a friend.
That's right, even if you don't live in this area, wherever you live, if there's a nursing home in your community, go out, contact the activities director or someone within the nursing home and just ask, hey, I want to volunteer. I want to spend some time with some of these wonderful people like Miss Lisa over here, right?
And Nancy.
And Nancy. Making everybody smile, ain't you, honey? Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Wave bye. Bye.
Hey, Ken, got a question. 6.
We got 6.